Your action is your responsibility. We have no control over the outcomes. We don't know what the fruits of our actions will be, but nonetheless, don't be the cause of unnecessary bitter fruit by acting in bad conscience. And don't think that not acting is an option. We've always got to act, so let's just act as best we can in accord with our conscience. And
So that's very beautiful, but it's also extremely challenging at times to stay strong.
bigger the challenge, bigger the opportunity.
Yeah. So how would you relate that to being a spiritual warrior, like the warrior aspect of following
Yeah, so
your spirit or your conscious?
this is why there's many reasons why. This is one of the reasons why the Bhagavad Gita is set on the battlefield. This is one of the reasons why in the Yoga Sutra, the magisterial Yoga Sutra, in which Patanjali shows his jaw-dropping genius, after he tells us what yoga is and what yoga practice is, a few sutras later, 20th sutra, the first chapter, Patanjali tells us the essential qualities for yoga practice. And he starts off with Shraddha and then Virya. And what is Shraddha? Beautiful Sanskrit word. It's etymologically related to the word for the heart. Sometimes it gets translated as faith, but the Sanskrit word doesn't reach out its meaning in the same way that the English word faith does. Shraddha is the faith, confidence, conviction that comes from putting things to the test in the arena of your own life, your own experience. So it's a self-confidence, it's a self-trust. It's the faith that comes from experience, but from genuine, honest, faithful exploration. And then virya is such a beautiful word, virya. It's related to vira, which means it denotes a hero or a heroine, but it also denotes human being. So the very word vira for human being, it tells us in Sanskrit, in order to be fully human, you have to be heroic. You have to be courageous. What does it mean to be a hero? The way I understand it is the hero or the heroine is the person who has the courage, the strength to stay true to his or her conscience, even if the rest of the society is flooding in the opposite direction, even if that means doing something we've never done before. And this is why you have to be a warrior. You have to have courage. This is the foundation. I think Maya Angelou, the great poet amongst other writer, she's credited to say, but it's not an original idea, that courage is the foundation virtue, the most important virtue, because without courage you can't enact any other virtue. But this is an ancient idea, and it's there in the yoga text too. So spiritual warriorhood, as I understand it, this is a topic that I sometimes speak on at great length and do whole weekend workshops on. But just for the key points, there's a yoga asana, a yoga posture called Virabhadra. And Virabhadrasana A or Virabhadrasana 1, the person is standing with one foot forwards and one foot back. So symbolically, it's incarnating the way we move through life, walking. And both feet are rooted to the support of the earth and the arms lift up to the sky. So one foot forward is figuratively reaching into the future. The other foot is anchoring us in our previous experience. And we're connecting all of the elements from the earth, water, fire, air, and space. And in this posture, it's very striking. There is a beautiful sense of openness all around the spine. So it's spacious through the whole field of our being. And when we do this posture, if Mr. Iyengar, for example, talks about doing this posture, you want to feel this vital presence in every cell in the body. You want to feel even support from the front and back leg. You want to feel even spaciousness on the front, back, both sides of the torso. You want to feel this animation in every cell and every pore of your skin. It's like it's present, it's alert, it's noticing, it's attentive. And so where will the enemy approach from? Once we start the path of yoga practice, we're basically set in motion a process of uprooting habits that have become obsolete, ways of being that are no longer serving our deeper longings and our higher interests. But those old habits and ways of being, they're part of existence. They've been living in the field of our being, we might say. Like anything that's alive, it wants to stay alive. So those habits, once we say, oh, habit A, thanks for being with me all these years, but it's time for us to part ways. No longer helping me. So long. Does habit A just walk off into the sunset saying, thanks, ciao? No. What does habit A do?
It holds on for dear life.
It holds on for dear life, but what it might also do is kind of just go into hiding, and it might change its clothes, put on a new outfit. It might lay low for a while. And when we said, old habit, I'm no longer going to be dominated by you, I'm going to move in this different way now. When we said that, we were feeling clear, we were feeling resolute, we were feeling balanced. But then perhaps one day, we're feeling tired, we're feeling weary. It's been a difficult day. It's been a difficult week. What a month it's been. And at that moment, when we're most vulnerable, old habit just pops up and extends its hand and says, I'm still here. Let's do the old habit. And before we even realize it, we're back in the old habit. This can happen, yeah? So this is the enemy. Where did it creep up from? The blind spot. So the Virabhadrasana asana symbolizes, amongst other things, this what I call a 360-degree global equivision. That is the weapon, if you like, of the yogic warrior, awareness.